they say around here, keep Austin weird. They're going to keep it electric today inside Darrell K. Royal Texas Memorial Stadium, home to the Longhorns. Today, two teams collide in an old-fashioned SEC showdown. As we'll see, the Vanderbilt Commodores taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Commodores will put total leather and we'll get started. Texas. Fair catch called for and made. So Texas's offense takes the field to start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And he holds it in at the 25. He's showing it all. The juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Picked up maybe a yard. It's down at the 16.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. They think there's room to run to the right here. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. Just drives it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Commodores offense has the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football.
Using the quick game. They get him down after he makes the catch. The Commodores will hustle to the line. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets the give. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way Then converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his position.
They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Bulls his way forward. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the marker. And the Commodores will have it 1st and 10. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half.
Timeout, Texas.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Offense, quick tempo. Off the play fake. They finally make the stop, and he shows why he is dangerous on the run, too, and he's got a 1st down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He's got it. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
From the gun, the ground game. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Vandy. You know what? Methuselah lived 969 years. He was born and died in the amount of time it took them to walk it down the field and score that touchdown.
And that's just so frustrating. Play after play after play. You line up, you try to do your assignment, and you fail, and they cap it off with a touchdown. Oh, Methuselah.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So, let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He wants to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. They'll go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
Oh, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. And the Longhorns will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. Just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching, you see their heads start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second. A little missed opportunity there for this offense.
Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the grab on the left. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
There's a great example of the receiver working back to his quarterback on the curl route against man coverage. He drives back towards the football, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
He finds his man, and he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the fumble trickles out of bounds, and a big loss on that play.
You start to get that offense going and start having success, you've got to make sure that you get closer to the scoring range and take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go you on the sideline, you in the game.
Fires to the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. The Commodores will bring the punt team onto the field. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
The give to the left. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. What a snag by the defense. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. And the Commodores want to pick up the tempo. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
He's looking for a man on second down. Going to take a shot. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
Hit as he throws. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
The give out of the gun. At midfield, he's got room. Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
They're going to ride this running back. Nice move to keep running.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Steps away. He'll try to do it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Commodores are in the hurry-up.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on second and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy first down.
Short gain on the play before he slides. Offense gets set for second down. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. After the run, now to throw. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires downfield. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup.
And that's good enough for a first down.
They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Keeps those legs churning for 3 yards. He's down at the 9. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll keep it on the ground. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense, being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Reese. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace, QB making good, smart decisions, and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Here comes the Texas offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Going over the top. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. South Carolina was relentless today in a road win that frankly wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Gamecocks performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. And the Commodores in the hurry-up. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Using his legs to buy some time. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. The Commodores decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
To the ground with the back. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. 3rd and short coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. A field goal attempt from here would just be 48 yards, but they'll try to move the chains on 4th down and short. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Vanderbilt has it back and the attack. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The offense set for a 1st down play. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Caught near the sidelines. He'll pick up a few before going out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
That's caught. It's Galladay. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Gets rid of it. Snares it outside. It's Galladay. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game. But I can throw it to him. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He'll set up to throw. He caught it. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Good, right down the boulevard.
That makes the score. Vanderbilt 17, Texas 10.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Trying to find his man on first down. He's taking the shot. And they can't connect, but the flag flies, and I think this is going to be pass interference.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
He's looking to throw it. He wants to take the top off. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Longhorn!
And how about this offense responding late in the first half, getting the score, now an extra point away from tying this football game, going into the half. It's exactly how you draw up a 2-minute drill. That's how you want to finish a half.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. Looks like we've got a superb matchup in Austin today.
The Longhorns will boot away to start the second half.
Texas.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. And the Commodores racing to the line in a hurry-up. from the gun. The give, looking for room. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
Pound it, pound it, pound it. I might not have that pretty run-pass ratio of 50-50, but if I can run the football like this consistently, if you're not going to do anything about it, you want to be a great offensive coordinator, keep calling the run.
Got it behind the line. It's Galladay. And a quick completion, an even quicker loss. The defense was right there to knock him down. On second down, looking again to throw. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 70% of his throws in their last game. He's over 80% in this game. My old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to say, bore me with completions. This guy will put you to sleep.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Fight that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
They'll give it to the back. Sweet cut there. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
Timeout, Texas.
The Commodores come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got his man. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. He wants to throw here on second down. Makes the grab. It's Prince. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Trying to slam in. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On second and goal, he carries again. Touchdown, Commodores! And that one will put them up here in the second half. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy time and time again trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed. Handoff
from the gun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. They get to him as he throws. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Now they'll run the draw. Can't get him to the ground. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. And the Commodores moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And he is going to lose yardage. Nowhere to run as he is forced out of bounds. On 3rd down, going up top. Throwing right. Makes the grab. Across the 25, he's got room. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
At the 19-yard line. First down for the offense.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Lets it fly. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Doors.
Touchdown.
They score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude.
Going deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
You know, oftentimes when you're playing in conditions like this and it's raining, you'll see a lot of the skill players offensively take off the gloves because they want to be able to feel the football. They think it gives them better control of it. And I don't know if that played into the football going on the ground there, but you know that ball security is going to be one of the biggest factors in this game moving forward.
Makes the catch and knocked down. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Fires to the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Oh, and the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. They'll send out the kicker here. And he's already put one 3 spot on the board. He'll try another one from 25 yards out. right down the boulevard. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
Give the defense a ton of credit in this sudden change situation. Their offense just coughed it up. And this defense comes out, they go 3 and out, force a field goal. That's a win if you're on defense.
They'll run it from the gun. At the 35, he's open. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Comes out throwing on first down. They're trying to get to him. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
There's not many play calls on the sheet to score a bunch of points really quickly, so you got to go for it here. I like the aggressiveness, but this offense continues to miss the mark, and they just got to score more points. They got to do better, right, Palmer? That's expert analysis. They got to do better.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. The Commodores headed quickly to the line.
That's a first down for the offense.
The give to the back. Still on his feet. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff to teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
Touchdown, Vandy! And the punishment has been extended. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up, looking to take a shot. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He makes a grab. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly.
Touchdown, Vanderbilt! And the pummeling has started. The mantra is always finish. They're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Ohio State is in front. They've led for most of the game. However, Brutus isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 13 over Boise State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him.
He's going for it all. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's perfect. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Leaves it with the back. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. They'll run it from the gun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
On the run, it's Galladay. Shakes off the defender. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. And the Commodores are moving quickly down the field. They want that clock to run.
And that running back essentially just did everything right. Not only did he rip off a 9-yard run with the lead late in the game, but he stayed in bounds. He had the awareness that if I stay in bounds, the clock keeps running, and it increases our chances of winning this game.
And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Jukes his way for more. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll leave it with him. Smashes through. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. The Commodores have it with a 1st and 10. Quarterback's just going to take a knee. You know, there's no real reason to panic when you think about it.